Alright, y'all, I'm just going to talk about Bob Marley while I'm driving here. Really like them early recordings. Really love any of the stuff with Peter and Bunny. Heard a bunch of good unreleased recordings, you know, that they had up at the lodge, actually. I like the later stuff, you know. I'm still finding some cool videos on YouTube. There's definitely, Bob's one of them artists that has a lot of, you know, material, you know, whether it be live shows or unreleased stuff or, you know, recordings. I mean, all of his shit's good too. I don't think I've ever heard anything that was ever bad. So his, you know, him and his crews, the Wailers, their skill levels are very high. You know, the herb stuff, way ahead of his time, you know, paved the way for many of us. Gotta give him respect for that. You know, he's almost like the way Farrakhan is when it comes to speaking, how he's paved the way for other revolutionaries to come along, like, you know, people like Khalid Muhammad and, you know, just some of these outspoken guys, you know what I mean? You know, Bob was kind of like that with herb. He kind of paved the way for people like Cypress Hill, or, I mean, I know Cheech and Chong was out back then too. I'm assuming Bob was out first though, and I might be wrong with that. Somebody might have to fact check me on that. Yeah, man. You know, Bob is like inside the culture of, you know, what we do. You know what I mean? You know, I think making music, when you really, you know, find that that's your calling, I don't think that's something you ever want to give up. You know, in life and in afterlife. I think Bob is still pumped to, you know, his spirit is still pumped to make music and stuff like that, and to add on to the legacy and all that. I find that often when I'm doing certain things, naturally certain things line up. Like, it's never been my, like, goal to, like, you know, remix Bob songs, or to do, like, different remixes with different, you know, vocalists or hip-hop artists on it. But when it happens very organically and very naturally, at least when I'm around. So that's cool, you know. I'm definitely not faking the funk with this shit. It just kind of happens when it's supposed to. If anything, I've been too relaxed about it, you know, instead of going out and making it happen. But that has to do with just, you know, a lot of the conspiracies and weird shit around Rastafari. Because in order to wear the crown, I mean, you really have to take out anything that stands in your way, you know, kind of mentality. And, you know, that's not really where my head's at. You know, it can be at times.
Quarter mile, turn right onto Pennsylvania 663 South.
I think when it comes to hip-hop, I embrace that more, that, you know, knock down whatever's in front of you kind of mentality. When it comes to reggae music, we have done some tours and things like that. I remember with the Late Night Drifters when...
Turn right onto Pennsylvania 663 South, Pennsylvania 73 West.
When we were doing some of the 2008, 2009, 2010 reggae jams and, you know, covers and shit like that.
Continue on Pennsylvania 73 West for 2 miles.
We were covering some Bob, and we were covering some Peter and some Long Beach Dub All-Stars with Barrington Levy and stuff like that. And, you know, it's one of those things when the time is right to play reggae, you know, and then when times get real crazy, the reggae stuff comes back in too, because I think for some people that is the height of the ascension, and it seemed like that's where I was headed for, but that's not the height of my ascension when it comes to music. In fact, I found, instead of, you know, becoming somebody who just is a reggae artist, I decided to become, you know, a reality rap, gangster rap historian, or something along those lines, you know, where I just felt more comfortable in that realm doing it, you know what I mean? Like breaking it down real simply, it's like I love Bob, but I'm kind of like easy in the sense where it's like, okay, like if I'm doing my own thing, some herb shit, or some some cool kind of street slang, like pop in on some Jamaican shit or something like that. But it's not really like, I'm not really like trying to go out of my way to be, Jamaican artist. Sometimes it just kind of happens. Like I end up, playing bass on a track or something like that. It's like one of them things where it's like it's so easy to get caught up in it, And I got no problem with people who are like legit with that shit. I don't have no problem with that. Pass me the spliff, throw me a beer. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I love reggae music. I really do. But I've just never been able to say like, yo, this is like what I want to do all the time, And I've come up to that position where it was like, okay, is this my calling in life, or is this not?
Half mile, slight left onto Gilbertsville Road.
But it seems like because of my affiliation with reality rap and hip hop, and just being, such a fan of the shit, that, it seems like in the reggae world I get lifted up to high positions because of that sometimes. Maybe before I'm ready, maybe
Right left onto Gilbertsville Road.
Maybe while I am ready, maybe when I'm, overloaded. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just one of them things.
Continue on Gilbertsville Road for 2 miles.
It's just one of them things.